Hi guys, how are you?
Morning, Josh.
So great to be speaking to you about this film. I got to watch it over the weekend. Really special movie, and something that stood out to me, the relationship between Jake and Henrietta is so compelling. But Alicia, I'm curious what your take is on what draws Jake to your character and why she is maybe so open to welcoming this seemingly dangerous guy into her life.
Um, well, thank you for all those nice things about our movie. Um, I think I can't entirely speak for what Jake is drawn to, except for the obvious that it's the first woman he's ever laid eyes on. um, and but as a man person. But I know that for Henrietta, he is just so intriguing. His eyes are wide open with so much love, and he is so present and so interested in nature and everything that Henrietta has come and escaped from her life to be with. She's also isolating herself because she's running away and needs to find herself again. And so here she is with this boy man who is so good at what she's trying to do. He understands nature, he understands the world in a different way, and he talks so beautifully. With the way he speaks about things, he's so passionate and thoughtful and considerate and like an alien, and I think that she's just so taken with that. I don't think she intended for them to have such a chemistry with each other, but that's what happens. And so yeah, did I answer?
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. And Stephen, we do see in the film that Troy clearly wants to protect his son. But after getting into this character's head, do you view him as the villain necessarily here, or is he someone who's maybe in as desperate need of help as both Jake and Henrietta are in different ways?
I think they're all in a sort of sense of stasis, and Troy, my character, is just doing what he thinks is right. He is coming from from his point of view, he's just coming from a moral center of a set of world beliefs that have been shaken by this cataclysmic event that happened 20 years before. And so it's paternal care, it's paternal love. His worldview has been rocked by this event, and so he's just doing his best. And he loves his son, and he doesn't want his son to make the mistakes of the past that other people in their situation have done. So it's all from a place of love.
Yeah, definitely. And Drew, I think a lot of people will know you from action roles in projects like Titans and Training Day, but you do really get to put that aside and delve into Jake's mind here, particularly this almost like childlike wonder he sees the world with when he does leave his father's side. So what was that like for you to really take a deep dive into a character in a film like this?
It was a dream. Excuse me. It was a dream because I don't know. That's what I got into this for. To kind of scare yourself a little bit and to find that project that is going to push you and that is going to make you a little bit fearful, and that excites me, I think, in a little bit. And with Jake, this was definitely something where there were bits of him that I really, really responded to on a personal level, and things that I had gone through myself in my life. But then there were other things that I just couldn't possibly relate to, and I thought that was something that was interesting in and of itself. And so to kind of be able to explore that extreme arrested development that Jake goes through was something that really kind of frightened me a little bit, but also made me excited as an actor to kind of dive into and just to play with and see, find things that were working and what wasn't working, and who is this person, who is this man who's so obviously stunted and immature in ways, but very mature in other. So it was really fascinating for me to kind of explore that, but also the challenge that I think I'm personally really looking for. So yeah, it was exciting.
Awesome. And course, the relationships, as we've discussed in this film, are really key between the three characters. But I'm curious, how did the three of you work on that maybe behind the scenes before the cameras started rolling? Did you get a chance to get together and delve into what these relationships would look like? Or was it very much what was in the script and the direction you were getting?
I mean, it's different. I think, you know, for each of us, I know Stephen and I, we kind of wanted to create, because it's a father-son relationship. You know, Stephen and I wanted to create this comfortability. You know, when you've lived with only one other person for, you know, 20 years, 20 plus years, there is an comfortability, but also an awareness of each other's spatial awareness, physical, like you just know, and you have this intuition of where each other is at all times. And we really wanted to kind of develop that. So, you know, him and I spent time together, right? I mean, Stephen, you can kind of,
we played some acting games where, you know, where my character, because ultimately my character is in control of the situation. So we played simple things like me not ever looking at him, ever giving him any eye contact. Therefore, he's seeking that out. Because then when I do look at him, he feels a sense of, you know, achievement. Things like that, you know, just very simple sort of psychological games. And as far as myself and Alicia is concerned, we didn't really get the chance to do that. But one of the sort of weird blessings of the situation that we've been in terms of quarantine is, like, I don't know about you other guys, but like I've arrived at locations and had to quarantine for 4 or 5 days in a hotel room, like now like 6 times during lockdown. And that is just a dream, that 4 or 5 days, because as actors, you don't usually get that. Alicia's a mum, I'm a dad. I don't usually get the opportunity to be able to sit in a hotel room by myself and just prep, you know. So a lot of the prep has been done prior to meeting the guys, and that's been great to be able to sort of research and learn lines and go deep into like history of what the character would have been and stuff like that. So that also has been incredibly helpful for me.
Yeah, and I know we're limited on time, so Alicia, just very quickly, I wanted to ask, with actors like Michael Keaton and Andrew Garfield reprising their superhero roles, do you think we could ever see you back as Batgirl? And what's your thoughts on Leslie Grace taking over that role so long after you obviously brought the character to the big screen for the first time?
I think that she's going to be wonderful, and her costume looks amazing, and I'm happy for her. She must be very excited. And her costume looks way more comfortable than mine was. And a lot less vulnerable. Mine was like, bing! It's just weird. So
weird, fantastic.
Fantastic. Okay, good. I mean, Joel Schumacher was at the helm of that. So I don't know. I'm open to whatever the world brings me, right? I'll see what happens and flow.
Well, fingers crossed, guys. It's such a pleasure to speak to you. As I said, such a special film. Can't wait for people to see it. So thanks so much for your time today.
Thank you.